Hi guys, my name's MoJo and I'm here today in Denver, Colorado with happinessseries.com. I'm going to lead you through a quick stretch. You know me, I'm all about plyometrics, weightlifting, hitting it hard, and if you guys are anything like me, I forget to stretch, so you might as well. It's very, very important though to make sure to get a really good deep stretch in after every workout. So I just want to make it clear that this stretch that we're about to do, this is intended to be a cool down post-workout stretch. For your pre-workout stretch, you're going to want to do something a little lighter, a little less intense. Okay, so this is your post-workout deep stretch. We're going to start in a downward facing dog. So down dog, you tuck the toes, you press the hips high to the sky. Shoulders relax down away from the ears, fingers spread wide. You can pedal out your feet to warm up the back line of the body. If your heels aren't quite touching the mat, not a big deal. Just make sure that your back is flat, yeah? So if you find this kind of thing happening, I want you to bend your knees, lift your heels up until you can really flatten out that back, okay? Slowly from here, walk up to meet your hands, top of your space. You'll toe heel your feet out to opposite edges of the mat. Little micro bend in your knees, weight is shifting forwards to the balls of your feet. Interlace hands behind your back and allow the fist you created to fall forwards. Relax the neck. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Release your hands down. Find a halfway lift as you inhale. Step your right leg back as you exhale. So you're in a low lunge, the left leg is forwards. Come up onto your fingertips and draw the heart forwards, inhale. Then as you exhale, you'll straighten that front leg as much as you can while keeping fingers on the mat. So if the leg isn't fully straight, that's totally fine. Just make sure to keep those fingers down. Your left hip draws back, the right hip rotates forward, so hips are square to the front of your space. Relax the forehead down. A couple of deep breaths here. See if you can go a little bit deeper with every exhale. And slowly find your way back to a low lunge. Drop your back knee to the mat and interlace your fingertips, bringing them on top of your left leg. So from here, what we're stretching is the hip flexor. I want you to press down and forwards into your muscle and make sure that your knee is directly above your ankle. So if you find this kind of thing happening, toe heel that foot forwards. It's totally fine for the ankle to be in front of the knee, but I just want to make sure it's either in line with that knee or in front. You press down and forwards into the muscle, really stretch into that hip flexor. Stretch it out. We always forget hip flexors, or at least I do, and it's such an important muscle, especially if you're a runner, biker, skier, any type of athlete like that really is high intensity. Next, you're going to take your fingertips down to the mat. You straighten your leg and stack your back hip directly above the back knee. Now see what I'm doing right now, arching my back? This is what I want you to avoid. So I want you to stick out your butt, draw your heart forwards, and lengthen your spine. It's going to be a deeper stretch into this hamstring. You flex that left foot forwards towards you. Deep breaths. If you feel okay here, to take this deeper, we're going to work into a little bit of active flexibility. So you come up onto your fingertips and press your left leg down into the mat. Yeah, so it's a lot of active work. You press the heel down, your back knee is going to press down. You should feel this all up and down your left leg. Press as hard as you can for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Go a little bit deeper. See if you can stretch a little bit more. Once more, come up onto the fingertips. Half time this time. Press into the mat hard as you can for 4, 3, 2, and relax. A little bit deeper. Stretch it out, a couple of breaths here. Now slowly make your way back to low lunge. You tuck the back toe, lift the back knee up off the mat. Standing splits is the inhale. You reach that back leg high and make sure that you keep your right hip down in line with your left. So if you notice this kind of thing happening, I want you to rotate that hip back down, hips parallel with one another. Walk fingers towards toes, stretch it out. Take a big inhale. And then cross the right ankle behind the left as you exhale. Soles of both feet to the mat. It's totally fine If you cannot straighten your legs here, I just want you to make sure that your fingertips are touching the mat. So if you need to bend your knees a bit for that to happen, that's totally okay. Just straighten the legs as much as you can to really feel a deep stretch in the back line of your body. Stretching out the IT band, another great stretch for runners, bikers, anything like that. Bring your feet back to parallel with one another. Inhale, find a halfway lift. We're still on the left leg, so as you exhale, you step the right leg back, drop the back knee to the mat, and toe heel, or just shift the left foot across the mat like I did for half pigeon. Half pigeon pose, you want your hips square to the front. If you look over your left shoulder, your back foot should be pointing directly back rather than sickling in or out like this. Directly back. Come up onto the fingertips, lengthen the heart, and slowly find your way down to your forearms. Maybe even bring your forehead to the mat. Hold here for a couple of breaths, maybe a little bit longer. And slowly find your way back up. Now that left leg should be nice and open now. So what we're going to do next is stretch out the splits. Whew, scary one. Come out of your half pigeon. Now remember this pose we were in at the very beginning. Come back to this, we call it half moon pose in yoga, or crescent moon, excuse me. You'll take a yoga block and bring it directly underneath your left thigh, okay? Start to toe heel the left foot forwards until you feel a stretch. If you're hanging out here and you're like, oh, this is fine, I'm cool, you can take it to the next level. Take your yoga block down so it's at mid-level and toe heel that foot forwards. Whew. Maybe you're good here. Maybe you'd like to take it a little bit deeper. If you feel intense, just stay here and breathe into the intensity, yeah? It's going to get more intense the deeper you go. If you'd like to go more, take that block down to the next level and rest your thigh on it. Now the deeper you get into the splits, the more your back hip is going to want to rotate open like this. And you can probably notice it a little bit happening with mine. What I want you to do is just really focus on drawing the left hip backwards and the right hip forward, so the hips square to the front of the room. If you feel okay here, you can release that block, yeah, and come all the way into your splits. Whew. Wherever you are, find your intensity, breathe, take 4 deep breaths wherever you are. Inhales. Go a little bit deeper every exhale. You can also twist. Right hand to the outside of your left leg. Twist your body, that'll help draw that right hip forwards. Slowly make your way out. Whew. You'll come back to a downward facing dog and repeat that entire series on the right leg, okay? So if you need to, rewind the video, do everything other side. Your hamstrings, your hip flexors should be super, super open after that. Very, very important to remember that deep stretching, you guys, after every hard workout. It just takes 5-10 minutes, so make sure you make time for it. It's going to prevent injury, and it's going to help you go harder, faster, and be better every time you come to your workout space. Have a wonderful day from Happiness Series.